So hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In today's video we'll build this awesome color scheme generator that will generate 4 matching colors. So let's not waste any more time and get right into coding. The first thing we have to do is to create an empty repository. Now we'll install a package called color scheme that will help us generate our color schemes. And before we can get into coding, we just need to create an index.html file where we'll write our HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Because we don't have much to write, so we can put it in one single file. First thing we want to do is to import our color scheme script. So we'll do that by adding a script tag at the end of our body, and we'll just put the path inside our node modules folder. Now we can dive in writing our HTML. It's a very simple HTML. We just have a main div. Inside that div we have 4 child divs that will basically be 4 different colors from our scheme. Now let's move and style everything up. I'll just write the CSS. I played with it a little before, so I kind of know what to write. And you'll see at the end like how it's looking. The idea here is like we have a wrapper container and that's a flex box, and inside that we have 4 flex elements that will be the 4 colors from our scheme. Now that we are done with the CSS for the moment, we can move on and add some JavaScript so we can start seeing something on the screen. We'll start by creating a function called generate colors that will be like our main function where we'll generate the schema and apply it to the page. Here we'll start by creating a new color scheme object. From here we'll set some properties to it. We'll start from hue, apply schema, distance and variation. All these I played with it a little and experienced. You can find all of this on their GitHub, so you can search color scheme NPM package and find it. I also put in the description. For the distance we want a random number between 0 and 1, so we'll use method random for that. Now that we defined our scheme, we can go ahead and call scheme.colors to get an array of generated colors. Now we'll just do a for loop from 1 to 4 and we'll apply the colors to our HTML elements. Now we need to define another function called random number. This will generate a number between 0 and 360 because we need that in our from hue method. And now let's see the magic happening. If we refresh the page, we should see our 4 colors generated. And every time we refresh the page, we get a new color scheme. Now I want to go a step further and put a button here that every time we click the button, we get a new color scheme. So we don't have to refresh the page every time we want a new color scheme. Now let's go ahead and style the button a little because I want the button to be on the bottom right corner of the screen. If you think I'm going too fast on the CSS, you can find the GitHub repository in the description and you can take a look at the styling there. Now I also want to add a little effect on the hover, so I'll just drop the opacity a little when the button is hovered. Now, going back to our JavaScript, we need to select the button by running document.getElementById and passing the generate ID. Next, we can run generateButton.addEventListener and pass click as our event, and then pass generateColors function as the second argument. So every time the button is clicked, the generateColors function will be run. So that was it for today guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you next time.